Welcome to the Lady Charmaine Live show. We have an exciting show for you today. This show is going to be so fun. It is the not so newlywed show, the battle of the sexes, husbands versus wives. We're going to find out how well do the couples really know each other after at least 5 years of marriage. And then they're going to give you a wonderful opportunity, our studio audience, I might say, to ask them questions on the secrets to how to keep a lasting marriage. We got all that coming up on the Lady Charmaine Live show. So right now, tweet your friends, phone your friends, fax them and tell them to tune in right now to the Lady Charmaine Live show. Couples joining us today, and we're going to find out who knows more about their relationship. Each couple has been married at least 5, 10, or 15 years, and we're going to find out all the juicy details and what they've learned in the past 5 years. So joining me on the right, we have the wives. We have Dee Osami. We also have Kim King and also Tasha Robinson. And then on my left, we have all the handsome fellas. Ladies, don't get jealous. We have VJ Osami, Fred King, and also Brett Robinson. Help me welcome my guests to the show. Okay, now I want to get started, everybody. And this is one of my favorite conversations and one of my favorite questions. I think I should start off with the wives. Mm-hmm. Okay, wives, I want to find out, when you're having one of those good, heated fellowships, don't look at the men, who is the one that hits below the belt? I'm starting with D.
My husband.
Really?
Yes.
Please give us an example. I want to know.
Shall we? He's just, I'm more subtle. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't like a lot of confrontation. I don't like a lot of arguing. So when we get into arguments, I let him say what he says. And that's also my way of controlling the atmosphere. Because if I hit back, it's just going to keep going. And so I've learned that. So I let him hit, and I'll come back later. But he's always good at apologizing.
Is that true? Who really hits below the belt? You do? Yes. Now, why do you feel that you need to hit below the belt?
It's not intentional. I'm just more emotional. And D is more the calm one. But I do always come back and apologize.
Now I want to ask you, Kim, so who hits below the belt?
I do.
You do? Please give us an example.
Oh,
boy.
What
hit below the belt moments?
I'll put it this way, because he likes to quote scriptures. So, he told me one night that it's better, because I came home from work and you got the TV on in every single room, and I didn't want to hear all of that. So, I was complaining about the noise. And he's told me that it was better to dwell on a rooftop than with a brawling woman. So I told him, well, get up there then. And we both laughed at that one. So.
Okay, Natasha, I got to ask you.
I would have to say it would probably be me.
Give us an example.
It's kind of hard. I tease him a lot when it comes to his children and or his grandkids, and I'll say little things, and he'd be like, "Oh, what about your son, or what about this, and what about that?" So I think, but it's still in love,
right.
So it's not too, it's not offensive at all.
Okay, man. I want to ask the men a question. What was the most embarrassing thing you ever had to tell your wife? About herself.
About herself. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Are you trying to be nice? Back to you.
All right.
Okay, Fred, you tell us.
If it's a situation where, say it's lack of money, if I earn money but maybe not enough, and as a man you don't feel like you want to go to her, but you do it. So you always feel it's going to get better, but as a man you go to your wife and say that. So to me, no matter what other people think, inside I'm like, I might be smiling, but it's killing me on the inside. Yeah.
Okay. And Brett, what was the most embarrassing thing you had to tell your wife about herself?
Well, Tasha and I travel a lot, and invariably when we're traveling, we'll get a Garmin system to navigate around different cities. And she plays the co-pilot, and she'll say, Brett, it says 3.2 minutes to the next exit. And I say, baby, that's not minutes, it's miles. And so we have this continuing debate whether it's minutes or miles.
Nice.
That's good. Okay, I got to ask the wives, what was the most embarrassing thing you ever had to tell your husband about himself?
My husband is a maintenance guy, so he works in the field. And a lot of times he doesn't realize that he has the plumber thing going on sometimes. You know, when we're in the house, I have to go behind him real fast. We have company.
Like his wife. Okay. Kim.
I think some of his pictures that he likes to post.
Yeah, I've seen some of those.
Yes. You know where I'm coming from with this, right? I think it speaks for itself.
Tasha.
His pants was unzipped.
Oh my God.
We were at a game and he was coming at up the bleachers, and I was like, babe. And he was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So, yeah.
Okay.
That was probably about the embarrassing thing I had to tell him. We were in public.
Okay. Now, you know, everybody deals with this issue because, you know, when you first meet your spouse, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, and then we get married, and then we wake up the next morning. How would you rate your wife's morning breath?
1 to what?
A 1 to 10.
About a 7.5.
Fred.
You got to take the train home. She doesn't smell bad.
Really?
She might say different about me, but
Are you saying that because you have a long ride home?
I had a long ride.
I know you do. That's a wise man. Brett?
I think I rated her at about a 6.
About a 6.
Oh, you just had to beat me. All right.
How would you rate your husband, D?
And he does this thing every morning I hate. About a 6.
About a 6.
Yeah, definitely about a 6.
Okay, so which end is worse and which end is better?
Right. 10 is the worst.
Oh my God.
I'll give him a 5.
Okay, that's nice.
I would say a 4. But I cannot believe a 6.
You're really a 1.
I have a reason.
What's your reason why your breath is bad?
Well, I wear a Invisalign. I'm going to tell you. Literally, I wear the retainer, the alignment retainer. And so all day the saliva sits. All day, and you have to sleep with them. You have to wear them 22 hours a day. So I'm talking over saliva most of the day. And so I take them out a lot now because I'm just like, I just don't want to do that.
Invisalign is kind of like braces,
Yes,
but the
yes,
ones you
the
don't see.
invisible
Oh,
braces.
wow, wonderful. Okay, well, that was really good. Now, I want to know, what was your spouse's worst bright idea? Did D ever come home and say, honey, we need to do this? I think this is great.
Yeah. I got one for you. Can't wait to tell. One time we were at the mall and some guy was selling gift cards. And she was like, babe, let's go spend like $100. We're going to get $500 back. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. And the guy, of course, scammed her. And there was like 2 cents on there.
Wow.
And he took off.
Oh!
That's what I was saying.
DC before Christ. Fred, what was your wife's?
when she wants me to take my stuff down, no.
Bright ideas.
She figures out a lot of things.
Sometimes I don't agree. Get rid of this. I'm just telling you. Get rid of this, get rid of that.
Pictures, some pictures she don't like me to have.
Okay.
I don't think they're so bright ideas. Just telling you the truth. She has some good ideas. She's very creative. I give her credit.
Okay. And Brett, what was Tasha's?
I don't know. Simple things like she wanted to make some cabbage when we first got married. And she got the purple cabbage.
Oh,
and I
Lord.
didn't know you could cook purple cabbage. But she made a dish with purple cabbage in it.
Oh, Lord.
D, what's yours?
Oh, boy.
the brightest idea that VJ ever had, the worst, deciding to take his engine out of his car by himself.
Oh my God.
He has a Camaro, an old school Camaro, and I think my dad tried to help him put it back together, but it's in thousands of pieces. It hasn't had an engine for what, 10 years?
That wasn't a good idea. Okay, Kim.
His worst bright idea is when he bought me some Bella Luci diamonds. Yeah.
And what's wrong with that?
Well, they were the best man-made stone. So I said, you know, when I came to the altar, I brought you real eyes. I bought you real nails, real, you know, hair. So when you bring me some diamonds, you bring me some real diamonds.
Oh, okay.
So we sent it back. Even though they went 14 karat gold, they were nice,
And they
but
were
I want the real thing.
Were they real expensive
expensive.
fake diamonds?
Oh, they were the beautiful Bella Luci.
Yes.
It was home net shopping network. About $700.
Wow.
I just thought it was impressive because the ring and the bracelet, I thought it'd be something she would like. Kim likes real diamonds. The gold was real, but as a person, I felt hurt. But I just, you know, I said, okay, you know, I felt hurt about that. So it's okay.
Tasha?
Letting him plan a vacation.
Oh my God.
We were supposed to fly out of Sacramento to Vegas. He reversed it and realized almost the day before we were flying out that this was this was an issue, a big issue. The brightest, and it was the last one he planned.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How did you manage?
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty
Trying to
famous for
multitask,
that.
right? Yeah, he was trying to multitask and do, you know, more than, you know how us women,
Right.
you know, we know how to do a lot of things at one
You
time.
didn't have to tell that one.
That was
Yeah,
good.
he was trying to do it.
Has any of your spouses ever made you a bad meal? And if they have, what was the meal?
Can I say something?
Yes, you can.
I have the keys to this car, but I will take the train if I have to.
Okay.
Now, I love the fact that she tries. You know, I come from a family, they knew how to cook. So she makes the chicken, she made some cabbage, it was good. But when she makes the chicken, you need to brown it, you know. So I'm all ready to eat, you know, and I pull the foil back, and the chicken is you can eat it, but it's still, you know, chicken. I'm like, oh, man, wait a minute. Oh, hey, man, it just takes time to learn. But
You are going back on the train.
Okay, well, since he started with the men, VJ.
Yeah. We just had a peach cobbler accident at the house where it got burnt up,
oh, Lord have mercy.
but she tried. Yes, I did.
So you weren't going to let that peach cobbler go to waste.
You knew better.
That's how my husband is. It may not be good. He's going to go ahead and eat it and knock it out. Brett?
Tasha's a good cook, so I can't say that she's had a meal that just didn't come out right. Although sometimes in the morning she's going to fry something she known has a burner on 10, and it's like, baby, turn it down to maybe 2 or 3. Yes.
Kim will use, she goes on the internet. I'm from the old school, Charmaine, okay? Kim go on the internet and she's looking up this recipe, so she's doing what the recipes say to do, you know? But we all cook different.
I believe it was his turn.
Wow. She didn't follow the steps accordingly. Did you miss a few steps, Kim? Didn't get them quite right?
I don't know about this story.
You're in trouble.
Now, I have a great question for you. Now, you know, according to Romans 16:16, it says, greet one another with a holy kiss. When did you first apply this scripture?
Wow.
VJ?
Our second date.
Your second date?
Yes.
Is that true? Okay. Fred?
It was a wow. No, honestly, because I had prayed for wives that
nothing go on until I'm married. And I wrote it on a piece of paper, and what impressed me by her, she had wrote it during her time without knowing me. So when we shared that, I'm like, okay, so we're gonna do this. We're not gonna do the Adam and Eve, we're not going ahead of God. But as I started visiting her, and she would come walk me to the elevator, and I think one day I just, a little kiss. Nothing serious, because she always said, don't turn the engine. You stay in that kiss too long. So I can say honestly, no matter when it's whatever go on, when it's good, bad, that we can look back and say, what, we waited on the Lord. I feel proud about that.
That's good. Brett?
I think it was about our third date. Yeah, she was kind of fast.
How far you gotta go? Get a ride home?
Bus.
No dinner tonight.
Wow, so do you agree?
I disagree.
You wasn't a little fast?
No.
This big hunk of handsome over here?
He is, but I had my go.
That made me.
Oh my God.
It's all good. It's the trip story.
Oh, he's getting back at you. Okay, now I want to know, who paid for the first date? Did you go Dutch? Did you pay, ladies? Mel, did you pay?
Oh, that was impressive. Kim did not. She used to think that I was pursuing her when we first met.
You weren't.
I wasn't.
Okay.
And so the Lord just fixed it. But one Saturday was door-to-door witnessing. And I was in the lobby after it was over, and she came to me and said, "Brother, do you have change or something?" And I thought she wanted to use the phone, so I had a calling card at the time. I was going to give her the calling card. She said, "No, well, I really needed a ride home." So I said, "Well, sister, let me, look, I'm waiting on a check to come in the mail, right? Hungry as I don't know what." This girl, I done drove her home. She said, "Brother," she said, "how would you like to get something to eat?" Look, pride like, no, I'm all right. Hungry like I don't know what, right? But she talked me into going to Nations. And we sit there by Washington, San Leandro, and we sit there for about 3 hours eating. And then I met her mom when she went home, and then we went to Lord's ice cream. And so Kim paid for it.
How sweet.
That's very sweet. You get a ride home today.
Well, I have nothing else to do for the rest of the day.
Wow.
I have my car. I don't stuck at the house.
This brother ain't interested.
You're hungry, I appreciate the ride home.
Now, Brett, on your first date?
First date we were at Starbucks, and I think maybe I paid for it. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I paid for it.
You did? He said, I paid for it.
Movies, dinner, and what else did we do?
Nothing.
You didn't get no kiss.
Not on the first date.
But on the second date he did. That was the second one. Now, I want to know, who gets along better with the in-laws, starting with D?
I think he gets along better with with my family because he's around my family. I'm not around his family.
Okay.
They're not here. So yeah.
Kim?
Me.
I would say both of us do.
Oh, that's good.
Both.
That's really good. VJ?
Me.
You do?
I love them all. I mean, they have always treated me like family.
Wonderful. Brett?
I would agree with Tasha.
No, nobody got
mutual.
any outlaws? Everybody got in-laws? You don't even know how gifted and blessed you really are. I'm just saying that right now.
Me no outlaw.
Now, I want to know, okay, we're going to get into your business a little bit. Who snores the most?
Ooh. You want to answer that? Because I'm ready.
Sure, I do. I know. I'm calling the hall.
I'm ready. Let me tell you.
Oh, Lord.
My wife thinks it's Fred, but Kim will sit up a little later. I try to call myself going to bed. Look, I go on the couch. I just feel I had to sit down and get a good night's rest because she don't realize this. I think about 2 or 3 o'clock, she's going at a different level. She didn't even know she is. And I've been nice, I ain't recorded it.
I recorded my husband.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Now the girls will say, if they heard me say what I just said, they say, you ain't heard yourself. But I'm not waking nobody up. I got to get up and go get on the couch sometimes.
She's getting it.
Brett?
I think I'm the snorer.
Okay.
I definitely do it more than Tasha. Yeah.
Okay. I definitely got to ask. Now, if your spouse, your spouses, the wives, if they chose any type of plastic surgery, what would it be? Vijay?
You want to know this?
A tummy tuck.
Yep. I think every woman says that. Fred?
Okay. If I don't get a ride home, you help me out? I say the tummy.
Okay. All
Say
right.
the tummy.
Fred?
I would say the tummy tuck.
I think every husband knows we all want a tummy tuck. Okay. Now, if you both were to work together and you said, I want to start a business, honey, and I think we should start a business together, what type of business do you think you and your spouse would start?
I would think an engineering company.
Really?
I'm an IT analyst, and he's into engineering, and I know he had some vision for that, and I'm gonna support his vision no matter what.
Wonderful. That's a lot of money. I'll support that too. Okay, Kim?
Cake/computer. Oh, together?
How would you blend that? Cakes and computers.
A big building.
Because that's what he always said. You would work on your side, I work on my side in the same building.
Oh, okay, how you work this? Okay, you design the cakes on the computer and you bake them?
Yeah.
Oh, smart. Okay, Tasha.
I would say business coaching with me and him. For those that are interested in doing entrepreneurship and doing business plans and things of that nature, he's very good at putting that that together. And then I will come along and help with the appearance and everything else. Yeah.
Now, Brett, do you agree? What kind of business if you were to start a business?
I would say that it would be a spa, since she's into health care and skin care, that it would have been a spa, but apparently we had a different vision on what the business would look like.
Okay. Fred?
Thinking about you.
I would agree. A very large building that I would hire those who would clean it. I mean, the cake stuff, because she liked to do the cake and got to deliver, so it got to be organized. Because let me tell you, she does a great job on the cakes, but let me tell you, you had a customer see the cake and she didn't hustle. But I had to clean it, because if I did, I had customers coming to buy, and I used to get mad. And I realized I wasn't solving anything. So she really come a long way.
Okay.
In that, but I just feel like you gotta, if you clean as you go, it makes it better.
Dishwashing company.
VJ.
Absolutely. Engineering is my passion, and my wife loves IT. So that would work great.
Yeah, I can see y'all need to work on that.
That's great.
Yeah, put that vision together.
Amen.
Need some employees.
Yeah.
Need a TV commercial or something. Let us know. Okay, I want to know, what was your in-laws' first impression of you? So when you first met her family and when your family first met him, what was your family's first impression? Or what do you think his family impression was of you?
His family impression, well, VJ's, his nationality is Indian. So I was already outside the culture, just meeting me as black. But he was raised in Richmond, so and his family was too. So when I met his mom for the very first time, all she said to me was, I always knew my son would marry black. So I was already with open arms received. And they have been nothing but wonderful. In most cases, like 98% of the other cases, it's just not acceptable.
Wow,
so I'm
that's
very
wonderful.
blessed to have the family I have.
Well, I'm glad we're from Richmond, and that's just how it worked out. From the same city, it's a beautiful thing. Okay.
I think very receptive. I mean, especially his daughter, and his mom too.
That's wonderful, Tasha.
Yeah.
I would have to say it was a little bit different. Because it was more like the blended family kids with, him having his children and, with my family was totally opposite. They loved him hands off. But I think it was a little bit different dealing with his children.
That's so nice.
She put it
That was so
nicely.
sweet how you put that. It was a little different.
Very, huh?
Okay, VJ?
I think my in-laws loved me to death from the beginning. Except maybe my sister-in-law thought I was a little crazy in the beginning till she got to know me.
Okay. Okay. And Fred.
I think from the beginning, I remember when I first met her mom, her sister, and then the aunt and everybody. They've always treated me well.
Wonderful. Brett?
I have no complaints.
I think her family was very accepting of me. They opened their arms, beautiful people, and I think my family accepted her as well. They did. It took a little time, but they got there.
When we come back, we're going to take to the audience and we're going to ask our audience and give them a chance to ask questions to find out what are the secrets to a lasting marriage when we come back.
Looking for a station that plays uplifting music with an inspirational message? Praise 98 FM Jams is your station. Log on to praise98fm.com from anywhere in the world and get your praise on with artists like Kirk Franklin,
Even though I've been here for a while,
Still, Dawkins and Dawkins, and Mary Mary. It's music the whole family can enjoy. Listen to Lady Charmaine live weekdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for great interviews, contest giveaways, and entertainment news. Listen to Praise 98 FM Jams at work, at home, or on the go. Download the free TuneIn Radio app on your smartphone and search Praise 98 FM and start jamming today. We want you to like us on Facebook at Praise 98 FM Jams and join the Praise 98 FM Jams family. Log on right now at www.praise98fm.com. Your worldwide radio alternative. Internet radio never sounded so good.
Lady Charmaine Live is sponsored in part by Savali Hair. For more information, go online to savalihair.com. Hey, do you want to be a part of our live studio audience? For free tickets, go online to LadyCharmaineLiveShow.eventbrite.com and join the fun today.
Questions for our wonderful guests on how to maintain a lasting marriage. So let's go to our first question.
Thank you. My question is for Dee. Dee, can you tell me how much information you think you should share about your marriage with family and relatives?
Ooh. Minimal. Minimal to none is my motto. Especially with me and my husband, whatever we have going on is our business. The moment you take it outside to other people and you start telling your sisters and your friends and stuff, when you are ready to forgive your spouse, they will not. And they will always come in between. Don't you remember when he did this? And so you should not dispose information like that outside the marriage.
I say the same thing.
I have a question for Brett. Brett, how do you feel about your in-laws staying with you for a period of time? You think it's a good idea?
I have a motto and a philosophy that if someone asks to stay with us, I say to them, let me try to help you to stay where you're already at.
Oh, that was good.
Yes.
That's what's up. Yeah, I have a question for any of you. Is it okay for your ex, if you're a married couple, is it okay for you to associate with your, communicate with your ex on FB or a social network?
Go ahead. Whether I communicate with his ex-wife, we're very cordial with each other. On social media, I don't think it's a problem, whether social media or in person.
So is it okay for you to communicate with your ex? Or can he communicate with his ex?
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. And because I do with my ex, and he does the same with his. So we're fine.
Wonderful. You have a question?
Yes. For Kim, what kind of bad advice, have you been given any bad advice when you were either engaged or when you're married from anybody? What kind of bad advice were you given, if any, from other people?
Bad advice. I guess sometimes people, they just lean to their own personal understanding and say that, well, you should do things a certain way, but it may not necessarily be the way that we're taught in the Word to handle that situation. So
that's good.
Yes, this question is for Tasha. What is a good way to deal with conflict in a marriage?
The way me and him deal with it, I'm the one that kind of shut down in the beginning. He gives me a little time to kind of process whatever I'm going through, but he also knows that I'll come back to him and we'll talk about whatever the situation is, but I don't go to bed mad like I used to. So talking about it and just laying everything out on the table on whatever the issue is.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Do you have a question?
Yes, this question is for Dee. What advice would you give a newlywed couple about having to have a long-lasting and successful relationship?
I'll give them 3 things. Well, 4. First, I'll tell them make sure you seek God first, because He needs to be at the center for anything. That's where the respect comes. Your marriage will last longer when you have the respect for God, that you don't want to disappoint Him and not just your spouse. The next thing would be definitely communication and problem-solving skills for sure, because you need to know how to work out your problems through communication. And then I think one of the most important things my mother gave me was never to cuss at your spouse. Because soon as that happens, the disrespect will continue to go, and then you call each other names that should have never fell out your mouth. So those 4 tips: communication, no name calling, and the other 2 I said.
Now I have a question for either one of you. When and where is the best time to discuss a serious issue?
Home, behind closed doors.
Yes. Absolutely. Home.
When it's calm.
That's smart.
It's when it's calm.
That's
because my wife sometimes will say she want to talk about something, and I feel that He blessed me to control myself. So therefore, if I say not now, it doesn't mean I'm rejecting you. Not now. That's another time. Think about in the garden. He could have checked Adam right then. He said, right? In the cool of the day.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Have a question?
My question is for VJ. Does a person have to have sex when their spouse wants to?
Okay.
Now it's getting
Let's
hot.
hear this one.
Well, we're supposed to submit to one another, I believe. I mean, we all have our urges that we need fulfilled. I mean, there's reasons to not, but we are married, and that's something that is part of our relationship. So, within reason.
Tough questions.
And I have a follow-up question for VJ. How long should a newly married couple wait before they have kids, and why?
I think that really depends on the couple itself. We had children right away, and for us, that was great because it strengthened our relationship, and for me, it matured me as a person because having children, you can't be selfish. And so that helped me with dealing with her.
And now I have a question for any one of you. Does your spouse still do for you what they did before you got married to get you?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, Fred, do you still do for Kim what you used to do before you got married?
Let me just say this. I'm very serious what I'm going to say. And that's a good answer you had. We are supposed to, as he said, submit, whether it be the opening the door, flowers, and all those things. And sometimes we mature as we grow. I don't care what your age is. God takes us to another level. So she say certain things or that has upset me. but I've forgiven, but it's somehow she never said anything. I'm sorry. So where I might have used to did this and that, I do things behind the scenes. Maybe I go fix her shoes for her. Maybe I'm straightening her clothes for her that she don't know. But some of the basic things before, the flowers or poem or something like that. Yeah, that's things we need. Yes, I admit, need to get back to. But I do a lot of things behind the scenes. Yes, I do.
But does she know you're doing them behind the scenes?
And she come home and find her shoes neat, she should notice.
Okay, all right.
Sometimes they don't.
Feel a change coming up.
We have gotten better. Me and my husband, we honeymoon like we just started dating. I don't think we didn't do that at the beginning. We just had kids and went to work, and now we are enjoying life.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Leaving the kids at home, going
Yes, we
IHOP
do.
and stuff like that.
Yes,
you do. I know that's right.
Yes.
So what are some of the things that your spouse used to do for you that they continue to do today? Do they still open up doors for you, buy you roses, candy, Sherry's berries?
Straight some of my shoes.
And clothes.
Okay. Now, what advice would you give to married couples right now? Because you've been married, this couple been married 5 years. This couple, Kim and Fred, been married 10 years. 15 years, and Dee and VJ been married 10 years. So what advice, because we have 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. How have you grown within those 5-year increments?
My only piece of advice would be to continue to communicate, no matter what goes wrong, no secrets, discuss everything, and just keep it out in the open and being honest with each other.
I would have to agree with him. It seemed like in our marriage, it goes to different levels. And yes, you're going to have your difficult moments, and you're going to have your good times. But like he said, keeping the communication and being honest with each other. And sometimes I think some of the things that I come up with is just ludicrous, but I'm going to tell him because it's what I'm thinking, it's what I'm feeling. And that is the number one in keeping God first.
Yeah, that's a blessing. Fred and Kim?
I'm not as emotional. I used to see, I like dishes washed. I like things organized. And coming on, you find them, she might have went to bed and TV on and computer on and dishes. And I just go do it. And I said, okay, Lord, help me. I just go do it. I'm telling you the truth, But I want to say this too. Even when there's conflict, to stay on the course of loyalty and faithfulness, that temptation's going to be there because of conflict sometimes. Stay on the course. Stay faithful. Yeah. I just believe in the end, that one above going to make sure everything's okay.
Kim?
Patience. I've grown in patience. Lots and lots of patience.
True.
Advice I would give, I would tell them, make sure you work on your forgiveness. I think forgiveness is a huge key in marriage, because just solving a problem, someone did something wrong. And if you're holding grudges, you won't be successful at having a marriage if you continually hold grudges. So forgiveness is the biggest advice that I could give. Make sure you forgive.
VJ?
I really feel like to be successful in marriage, you have to have a relationship with God. Some days I wonder how people that aren't saved are married, because I know through my struggles, God speaks to me and corrects me.
Yeah.
And so it just astounds me, honestly, to how does someone without a relationship continue in that without help?
And I think all of you hit it on the nose, because it really takes God to keep you together.
Yes, it does.
It really does, because it takes God to touch your heart, to soften your heart. Because marriage is it's a beautiful thing, but it's not an easy thing. And and you have to get past yourself and you have to be selfless. Because you can't be married selfish, because it is not going to work at all. And as you hit right on the nose, forgiveness. It's like marriage and your spouse is like an agitator in a washing machine. You need the agitator to get the dirt out. And so your spouse will agitate you to get that dirt out, and they're that mirror to help you see yourself. When we thought we were perfect and we thought we were wonderful, and we found out we really weren't. Or they think that they're perfect, and we find out that they're really not. And like we was talking about in-laws, some people have outlaws, and there's just so many things. And I tell anybody and everybody, try to find out as much as you can before you get married about the person. And it's the little things too. When my husband and I, we got married, he folded up clothes a certain way, I folded clothes a certain way, and then it just didn't look right in the cabinet. And then I got to the point I don't like folding clothes. He loved folding clothes, so we had a deal. I wash everything in the house, you fold. Now I got 2 daughters. I wash everything in the house, they fold. There you go. You have to learn how to compromise and who's better at what. I know he's better at finance. I don't even like looking at him, y'all. I'll be real with you. Just tell me when they do. I don't even need to know how much that costs. I could, I can care less really. You know what I mean? But we both have our things. I take care of the kids. I keep track of everything, and I just inform him. And so once you really kind of get that middle ground, because don't ever try to make your spouse audience like you. There's already one you. They're never going to be you. Appreciate them for who they are, and then they'll appreciate you for who you are, and then you just make it work together. And after a while, you just say, oh, girl, that's just him. And you just got to love them for their flaws and all. Amen. Amen. I want to thank you so much for coming on this show today, and to my wonderful studio audience. It was truly a pleasure having you all on this show, and I want to thank the viewing audience. Thank you so much for watching Lady Charmaine Live.